So today for our energetic forecast for the week, I'm doing something very, very different. And we started filming the first time, didn't think the microphone was hooked up. Well, it wasn't hooked up, but I think you could still hear what was happening. And, you know, we're in a very different, a very, I think at times, chaotic energy right now. With planets going retrograde, just recently being the summer solstice, new moon, and we're kind of adjusting to a new normal in a lot of ways. And I think a lot of, I'm going to be brave and just post the two videos because there was a lot of chaos in them. And I think one of the good lessons is that the chaos was also fun. It might be a little hard because I haven't watched it back yet. It might be a little hard to follow, but you know what? It was just fun. It was silly, and it was what happens a lot when we work with the horses. It happened in real time. We went with the flow. And I think there definitely was some message to it. And here comes Missy to make her point again. And she is very itchy today, and recognizing that itching can be, I don't know if it's a precursor or part of, but it's very involved in healing, as is all of the releasing that Missy is doing. And she is really starting to let go of a lot of her tension. Missy was so wound before, and she's getting much better at releasing some of that and starting to trust. Because even though she can be very playful and curious, really letting herself be vulnerable in going into that stage where she really lets another in. And for a horse, that's, you know, really influence, or letting us on their back, or letting us say where she's going to be. That can be really, really hard for her. So she's making big strides in that area. And I think this is kind of an overarching, there's apparently lots of messages we need for this weekend. But to really allow ourselves, when it's safe, to be vulnerable. And that's a big healing in itself. So I want to thank Missy for all of her help, her humor, because I think she really kept the message light, but there was something else. The cards weren't quite getting it, we weren't quite getting it, so she kind of led us to this spot. So in addition to the other things, you know, to really let ourselves be open and vulnerable in those safe places, because that's when we can really release our beauty into the world. So I'll share the other videos too, but here's just a little encouragement to really open yourselves up to the beauties that are there, and to find the support you need when necessary. So thank you for watching.
Let's shuffle on this side. Alright, let's shuffle again. You ready? She's looking and chewing. Oops, I missed. Ready? Let's do that again. That was good. Okay, thanks, Miss. You gave us a little table. That's enough of that. You want to pick a card? Are we filming? Okay. Alright. So here we are having fun out with Missy. Getting ready to do our energetic read for the weekend. Between the energy and messages and wisdom that Missy could share, as well as these oracle cards. we'll kind of see what could be in store for this weekend. And so Missy is already letting us know that there could be a sense of curiosity and play involved, right? I know. And involvement and engagement. That's what you like, isn't it? I know. She wants to be a part of what's going on. Okay, it's time for the cards? All right. You let me shuffle them. All right, she picked soulmate client. Your dream clients are in your heart. And I think that's... Your dream horses apparently are in your heart too. Whether or not you actually know they're your dream horses at the time. But I think that, whether or not you have a business, this card is a great reminder that those things that are important to us, what really matters, are going to resonate with our heart. And this first card will kind of be a read of where we are now. And I think with all of the energetic shifts that are happening, really getting in touch with what's in our heart is very important. Not getting stepped on is in my heart too, but I understand that you want to be close. She's kind of itchy today. Oh yeah, she put her heart right there, yep. Are you showing me your very big heart? Yeah. Alright, I think we need to pick another one, miss. Can I use you as a table to shuffle again? Alright, that's enough shuffle. Yes, okay, I get it. I get it, miss. Sometimes you just gotta know where to put things, right? Do you want to pick another one? Let me get a good fan going here. Alright, miss. You want to pick one? Let's get this one. Aligned action. Don't delay, act. And I think that's a great message. Whether or not we want to, whatever we have to do to take.
Sometimes in life, you need a few practices until you get to the real thing. And so I will share that we kind of had a practice run at this, and it really gave us a chance, I think, to add some levity to things. And we're in a time right now where there is a lot of heaviness, and there can be a whole lot of chaos. And finding those opportunities to get back. Missy is sniffing at the base of the tripod where the camera is, and I think that's a great message about making sure that your foundation is strong and secure. And this levity that we are being provided with here, I think, is another great, it's an essential ingredient to be able to maintain our balance, to add some lightness with a lot of the heaviness that we're feeling. And the more that we can balance out all of the things that are going on, the more that we're going to be able to live from our hearts rather than our heads. And not that wisdom isn't a good thing, but sometimes when we talk about being in our heads, we can be following what the critical voices are telling us and be ruled by those limiting beliefs rather than tapping more into our limitless potential that I think really resides in our heart. And as we were getting ready to kind of start things over again. A card that jumped out was overthinking. And that idea of get out of your head and into your heart. And I think sometimes too, when we're in our head, we can should on ourselves. You know, I should be doing this, or I should be doing that. And Missy thinks the only thing that I should be doing right now is scratching this very itchy place. But that brings her joy. And even though we're sharing this energetic forecast for the weekend, she's itchy. And so why would I not scratch that itch for her? And following the wisdom of our bodies too, whether it's taking care of an itch, getting the rest we need, feeding ourselves, really remembering to nourish our souls and our bodies will help us be able to dance a little lighter through what's going on. Right? Should we draw a second card? So that first card is what we've got going on now. The second card will be something that we could add or we might have to release, but focusing or being aware of what this next card can offer will help us be able to draw more of what we want into our future. You want to pick a card, Miss? All right, she got this one. Is this? I don't need my hat. The golden arrow. This one says focus on a specific target. And I think that's a great reminder because we can get to where we're starting to focus on something that could be somebody else's concern. And again, if we're thinking too much and we start to listen to those critical voices in our heads, then we're going to be drawn off our mark. We're going to not really be able to focus in on the goals that we want. So we want to make sure that we're focusing on our specific target, not somebody else's. All right, have I lost my helper? Is your work here done for the cards? She thought about it. She's trying to scratch her. Yeah. Very itchy today. So I think again that she's really showing us to pay attention to our physical needs, maybe the needs of our souls as well. Right, Miss? All right, well, I think I will pick this card on her behalf. Celebration. Share your spark. So I think that's a great summary and kind of where we can go if we pay attention to getting out of our head, especially when it's beating us up, focusing on our specific target, and then really being able to celebrate and share your spark. And I think that's, Missy is very awesome at sharing. And she usually wants to be included in what's ever going on. No, there's not really much, well, there are some things, of course, that we could do that would dull her spark, but we don't believe in those here. So letting Missy just be who she is and do what she's led to do is a great teaching for all of us. She really thinks that tripod would be a good good thing to scratch some itches. So I think I'm going to get my comb, tend to Missy's itches, which lets me know that maybe I need just a little bit of balancing too, because that's what combing helps me do. So have a great weekend. Get out of your head, especially if it's beating yourself up or taking you off target for your goals that are aligned with your heart. And remember to celebrate and share your spark, because we all have that unique essence which the world needs. That's why we were given it. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye.